What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, before we get started in this video, I want to shout out to my homies PSK13 and H-Town Rocco, man, for this Royal Mammoth gear that I got on, man. Y'all support Royal Mammoth. They got a little bit of everything, something for everybody. H-Town state of mind. And you don't have to be from the H to represent that H-Town state of mind. So I'll put the link in the description where you can get some of this dope merch, man. And shout out to my brothers. We're going to get right into it. If you may or may have not noticed, um, it seems as though that we living in a society. Matter of fact, I take that back. It don't seem as though nothing. We are living in a society where um, any degenerate thing that black people say or do, it seems to be accepted. It seems to be swept under the rug as being no big deal by society. If men are disrespecting the women, women disrespecting the men, we shooting, killing each other, robbing each other, having no love for the family structure, over sexualizing, whatever it is. No matter what's going on, these things seem to be okay. And not only are they accepted, they are actually um, promoted and marketed in the form of music, in the form of TV shows, through social media. And if we've never asked ourselves these questions, it may be for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, we may be somehow magically oblivious to the fact that it's actually going on. Or number two, um, we see it, but we just don't care because we feel like, hey, it ain't affecting me directly, not knowing that anything that affects one of us affects us all. Now, it's funny how with all of that, and that seems to go without a word being said, all these things I just mentioned. But the minute that a brother or a sister decides that they want to stand on some truth, the minute that a brother or sister decides that not only do they want to stand on some truth, but they want to oppose the forces who are pushing this whole program in the first place, then all of a sudden you hear from these elites. You hear from these behind the curtain cats. All of a sudden you hear from these organizations, you hear from these entities that seem to have an issue with the truth, seem to have an issue with the facts, and that seem to have an issue with anybody that comes along delivering a wake-up call and delivering a um, elevation of consciousness to black people. So that alone, if you take notice to that, should make you go, okay, well, you know what? That means that there's got to be a program in place that is allowing this to happen. Because if we can be bees and hoes and N-words and thugs and all of the things that we say about each other, all of the references that we make towards each other, all of the actions that we carry out towards each other, and there's never a state of emergency concerning that, then it begs the question, is this a form of depopulation? Is this a form of genocide? Is this another means that government, industries, is that another means that they're using to wipe out black people? You got to ask yourself that question. If you had a child that was exhibiting constant self-destructive behavior, just a friend, child, friend, wife, husband, whatever, and they were constantly exhibiting self-destructive behavior, suicide attempts, and just all kind of weird things, man, and you saw, or you knew somebody that had a child like that, or somebody in life like that, and you saw them never make an effort to correct them or never make an effort to give them help. The first thing that you would think in your mind, like, man, he must want him to die. She must want her to die. She does not care. She feels she would be better off without the presence of that person. But if somebody is doing those things and you see the person who's around them the most, well, not around them, but around them the most, are supposedly has concern for them, and they're constantly trying to fight to get them right and work with them and talk to them and get them help and all that, then you will see, okay, yeah, that person cares. You don't see that. So now you know you're dealing with an open enemy, and you don't, you shouldn't expect your enemy to care anything about your well-being. The protection of your well-being is not up to your enemy, it's up to you, especially when the enemy has proven time and time again that they are in fact your enemy. So if we can call each other N-words and B's and H's and all this different stuff we do through our music and all the movies we see where these types of visuals are pushed and pushed and pushed in our face, then why is it a problem when we check you on your evil? We check you on your wrong. See? That's your message. You, that's your message. That's how you know. They want to sit back like this and let you destroy yourself. So you have to not fall for it. You have to not become victim to it and go in the opposite direction. Do a 180 and start to be more life speaking. Start to be more life acting. Pushing, promoting life. Pushing and promoting more positivity. So the generations that are coming up under you won't get swept into the cycle, because that's what's happening. And they are realizing how to get our children off focus younger and younger. Younger and younger, our children are getting off focus because there's a steady diet of the sickness. So all the truth tellers and truth speakers, no matter who you are, black, white, Latino, or otherwise, keep on speaking your truth, but be ready for consequences when you speak that truth. But also, no matter what work you're doing, your eyes may be level right here to the people that you're working with. Never ever sleep and fail to look up into the suites to see who's really calling the shots. Because everything you see with us and what's going on with us, with all of the problems that we have in our community, and entertainment being one of the catalysts to perpetuate all that, it's not an accident. But in order to get to the root of it, you got to know what's going on in the first place. All right, man, it's your big brother, K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.